Hey guys, it's Steph from the Hot One Podcast. And the interesting player I want to talk about is Mikal Bridges. Now, Mikal Bridges made some news, about a month ago of just saying how, the other guys should be playing. Everybody gets, the starters are getting a lot, too much minutes. And wanted Tom Thibodeau to kind of just spread the minutes out a little bit. And Tom Thibodeau was like, nah, we don't talk about minutes and like that. So it was all conflicting reports. But, look, man, the Knicks. Oh man, look, the Knicks when they got Mikal Bridges and Anthony Towns, Karl Anthony Towns, right? I mean, it was like, okay, you pair them up with Jalen Brunson, okay, you get rid of Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle, you're like, okay, with Anunoby, Josh Hart, okay, I know Mitchell, he's been out there, other big, but it's like, yo, this team, okay, on paper, should compete for a top, 4-seeded team, and they've done that. And they've done that, right? So far, they still now they're a 3 seed. They're battling in, with the Pacers. The Pacers catch them, but either way, I would say from a record standpoint, mission accomplished, right? But going to these playoffs, it feels like the Knicks are just spent all this draft capital on Mikal Bridges to possibly get bounced out, probably first round if they go up against Detroit, but also get bounced out in the second round. Okay, dog. Look, man, this is what they gave up for Mikal Bridges, man. In the Knicks trade. Look at all these draft picks, bro. That they gave up for Mikal Bridges. Unprotected first rounds in 2025. Unprotected first round in 2027. So every other year, their draft pick this year in 2027, and every year the draft picks, they gave that all up for Mikal Bridges. To give this all up for Mikal Bridges, is he going to be worth? Has it been worth it? Right. Okay. So what? Has it been worth it to be a top 4 seed? Weren't they a top? Last year were they not a top? They were already weren't they a top 3 team last year? Let's see. Where did they finish out last year? They finished second. They finished second last year. Okay. So they finished second last year in the Eastern Conference standings, and they finished the same, if not, they finished worse, right? And on top of that, too, the whole talk is they can't beat any real good teams, okay? Look, you look at Bridges' numbers, man. It's like, it's not bad, but, you give all that up for him to be a third option. That's a lot to give for a third option. You trade that type, you give away that type of draft capital. You give that type of draft capital, and we had him in the Suns. He was nice in the Suns. You give him that type of draft capital. You're expecting to, get to the finals and have this guy be, if it's not, third option / second option. That's a lot, especially when you have Karl Anthony Towns and you're looking back in the Knicks. I'm like, yo, could y'all have just saved them picks? Did you really need Mikal Bridges? Could you have really just kind of kept Dante DiVincenzo? I know Dante's a good 3-point shooter, but Mikal Bridges is a better 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like they felt, the Knicks felt that spending that type of capital fits what they want to do, but it just doesn't make any basketball sense to give up that much capital. Now I get it. He plays a lot of games. He doesn't miss many games, so I give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? He's not too bad from 3-point shooting. Actually, that's pretty good. Actually, almost 40% for his career, or 37%. But I rounded up. Almost 47% for his career. Okay, didn't shoot the 3 ball that much better than he did last year. Or he shot a little bit less than he did last year, by 2%. You know what I'm saying? So, and he played in all 82 games. Okay, Mikal Bridges doesn't miss games, and he was averaging 19, almost 20 last year. The year before that, 23, 26 points. That was his best season to date. I just feel like, man, the Knicks are just gonna get bounced out in the first or second round. Now, I'd be shocked. It's crazy how they have. It's crazy how I'd be shocked if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's the expectation. Why do we got to feel shocked that they get to the Eastern Conference Finals? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So, they don't finish. They finish worse. Obviously, they didn't expect Cleveland to explode like this season. Okay. Boston maintains their top 3 position. They're 1 last year. They're 2 this year. Okay. Everybody's not worried about Boston getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's almost a book it. Okay. It is going to be the New York Knicks when they face the Celtics. If they can get through the first round, they got to be careful with this Detroit Pistons squad and Jay Bickerstaff. Okay. Cunningham cooks these Knicks. It's very possible that they could get cooked in this series and be a long series and lose. And that'd be a major disappointment. Okay. And then you're gonna start looking at Tom Thibodeau, and it's just his old school way of his mentality and just a lot of minutes and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, what is his offensive philosophy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are his offensive sets where he can cook, and what's his bread and butter? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about these coaches and what they're good at outside of, like, these coaches may be good at just, preaching defense, you know what I'm saying, and long, hard minutes. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of just for Mikal Bridges, has this trade panned it out? Right? There's a lot. Now we got to wait in the postseason to see how this Knicks fared off. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of draft picks for a team. And I know Brunson's gotten hurt and everything, but even before Brunson got hurt, I still had questions about this team. And it's like, I said, could they? And then, early in the year, I was like, okay, there was a window. I was like, yo, they got some hope. And then now it's like, you know what? They're very talented on paper. Very talented. They have one of the better rosters in the NBA. They really do. And the fact that, you're looking at Karl-Anthony Towns, we're looking at Jalen Brunson, and we're looking at Mikal Bridges and Anunoby, Josh Hartman, like, this team get bounced in the first round. It's absolutely wild. And I go back to this trade, man. That's a lot to give up from Mikal Bridges. I thought it was a lot to give up Mikal Bridges, but I was like, okay, maybe in New York. What could he do in New York that he couldn't do in Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? What did they see? The trade did not move the needle for them at all. And they gave up so much, man. Anyways, guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.